Well, online now, we've got Rob and Jason from Braincase Films. We chatted to them a few weeks ago. They are a production company trying to make their way in the world. They had a grant from the government, an entrepreneurship fund. They were doing some interesting, to say the least, projects with some interesting, again, to say the least, characters. They're venturing out into various new worlds, looking at a health organisation. If it's anything like their last project, we'll see how that turns out. Rob, tell us a bit about your latest project.
Richard Branson was an incredible influence on our business. We're a production company first and foremost, but very influenced by Branson. We think he's great. He's a really cool guy. You know, he's the brand. We love that. We make ourselves the brand here. And we were really intrigued that his company Virgin were suing the NHS. And we thought, why don't we get some of that pie? Some of that NHS pie.
You're going to sue the NHS?
Not sue them just yet. We want to get our business in check first. We think we can offer individuals who need health support, who need operations. I think we can do a better job.
What does that entail exactly? You're going to build a hospital?
We've got hospitals being built right now.
Hospitals? You've got multiple being built?
Yeah, eventually we're going to have hospitals. Yeah.
Braincase hospitals?
Braincase hospitals. What's more, Usher is on board.
Usher is on board with what? The advertising?
He's going to be the face of Braincase Health. Usher, you know.
Good God, you've got a pop star as the face of a hospitals.
I think he's an artiste, is how he prefers to be.
Are you going to have doctors, or are you going to have hipster moustache coffee brewing?
Obviously, we're going to have doctors. We're also going to have the espresso. That's a big part of our brand. Across board, we have the espresso. Funty blend espresso.
Is it going to cure people's illnesses?
It aids recovery, I believe. I mean, I'm a Funty convert. What can I say? I think it's great for your health.
Yes, we talked about this a few weeks ago when you were captured in South America and put to ransom discovering coffee.
It's changed my life. It really gave me a lot of incentive to get into to plunge deeper into business.
What's worrying me is who's funding this venture.
It's a private business, so it's not taxpayer funded. This initially it will be, because we're obviously receiving heavy subsidy to get the business started.
So you'll be profiting from these hospitals?
We have a number of investors as well, including somebody Tommy Nutcakes. He's some people have called him an East End thug. I call him an entrepreneur. He's like me, basically. He's funding the initial build of the hospital, and he's also got Usher on board. Some people, I've heard rumours that he did threaten to break Usher's legs. I can't confirm those rumours. Usher's totally on board. I spoke to him. He seemed fine.
Okay, well, let's put Tommy Nutcakes to one side for a minute, because let's get into nitty-gritty of it. Your hospital procedures. You've got the first one here about amputations with water. And you're talking about how water can help with the amputation procedure. Tell us a bit more about that.
Amputation H2O, yeah, that's it's a big plan we've got going on. I have read a lot of books on the subject of New Age medicine. I think that's a great way forward for I think the NHS are really making a big mistake by not going down this avenue. But our Braincase hospitals, they're holistic. They look at the whole situation, and I think that's great, you know. Now the Kunstpod. Let's return to the Kunstpod. As I said before, Jason sleeps in a Kunstpod, which he believes gives him special director powers. Everyone sleeps in a Kunstpod in one of our hospitals. That's number one. Kunz pods, they improve mental stability.
How is that proven?
Ask Kunz. He's Jason's life coach.
I'd rather it came from an independent governing body than Kunz.
Well, I mean, he's got all the degrees you can get. Kunz.
Not sure that's going to pass legislation.
I wouldn't know about that.
No, you wouldn't. You'd know about coffee and chopping legs off with water.
I'm the
apparently.
Elon Musk of the Braincase project.
Okay, well, tell us about that, because we've also been hearing rumours that you were designing a pod.
Child-carrying submarine, yes.
A child-carrying submarine.
To save those kids in Thailand, was it?
It was Thailand, yeah.
I heard that Elon Musk was making a submarine. I had to go myself. I set somebody to work on that project. Unfortunately, the kids got out safely. Otherwise, I would be a big hero. Braincase would have been great for the brand.
Would have been great for the brand. Maybe not the children if they'd all died on the way out due to failure of your child-carrying submarine.
Well, it's a gamble. That's what the company is all about. It's taking that gamble. When we put Richard Blackwood on at the Snow Bar, that was a gamble.
That's a bit different to taking children out, isn't it?
I'm not going to kill the I was going to save the children and take the credit for saving the children. It's very different. But good news, me and Mutya, we're engaged. We're now going to be getting married.
That's brilliant. I'm sure listeners at home don't want to hear about Mutya any more than I do. Let's pass the phone over to Jason now and get his.
Mutt Rob is a super name. Mutt Rob.
Super name. Yep. There's pictures of you on Instagram doing fitness workouts together.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's very interesting to 1% of the population, if that.
She's looking great. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I think this is what we'd like to do with Braincase. Get the fat people in. They'll be sleeping in Kunz pods. Diet of espresso. Just knock it all out. Just espresso. Cleanse.
Amputations with water. Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah. I just want to get Jason's opinion on something.
Hello, Andy. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Good to hear from you. Thanks for talking to us again.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you on. So we've been hearing a lot about a bit of controversy surrounding one of your developments. You're opening up...
Which one?
Well, funny you say that. This is all government funded. Remember, listeners at home, you're all paying for this. So you're opening up a new business in Hoxton, the Braincase Yoga Cave.
Yeah,
If it can sound any more pretentious than it already is, why should people go to the Braincase Yoga Cave?
Well, I mean, you're not asking the right questions there, Andy. It's
maybe you can do my job for me then.
It's not why. It's why shouldn't they? That's the question. And why are we doing it? Because everyone loves yoga.
I can't lift my leg above about 6 inches off the ground.
Well, I mean, that's because you don't practice yoga every day. We've flown in redwood forests from Canada and the South Americas, and we've implanted them into the building. So you're constantly supplied with fresh air from the forest.
That sounds like deforestation and a huge waste of energy.
No, we're moving the forests. We're not removing them. We're moving them. And that'll contribute to the oxygen in the city, so we're actually contributing to the clean air of London.
So I believe there's also tribal people brought over with the trees to your establishment.
Well, I mean, we're putting a little bit back. We're providing those tribal people that we destroyed their homes, we're giving them new homes. They can tend the trees, they can look after the things that they love, and they're quite happy to live in their little huts in the basement.
Did they want to come over?
Well, we couldn't understand what they were saying, but they seem happy enough now.
And this is all in name of your yoga establishment. So on Wednesdays you got couples yoga.
Karma. Yeah.
Okay, on Wednesdays you got couples yoga, Koyo, you're calling it?
Yep.
Wednesday Koyo.
That's very popular, that. You know, the only problem is trying to keep the couples off of each other at the end of it. I'd like to think that we're slowly contributing to the increase of population of London.
Well,
not by immigration,
that's a big
by
claim.
Procreation.
That's a very big claim. So on Thursdays, you also invite professional yoga masters. Pro-yo, you're calling that day?
Pro-yos, we get them from all over the world. We get them from India. We get namaste off our faces. And we get them from America and Canada. All the biggest hitters on YouTube we bring over. All the influencers, we get them in. Because that's what people want to see.
Excellent. So take a look at this monthly subscription to the Braincase Yoga Cave.
Yeah.
So you're charging $350.
Let's not be cheap.
Well,
let's not cheapen this and talk about price.
It's £359 a month. What local people, say the people on the council estate you've built this yoga cave on, who do you think will be spending £359 a month to go to the yoga cave?
Well, staff members get to go for free. All they have to do is put in 25 hours minimum, and they get to go for free. Obviously, we don't pay for those 25 hours because we're giving them it back through use of the use of the facilities. But so that's what we're giving back to the community. We're giving them the use of the facilities. All they have to do is give a little bit of their time without lunch breaks, and we're giving it back. So they get to take advantage as well. So don't start there trying to witch hunt us.
So unpaid work or nothing is the answer to that question. Thanks so much.
They do get paid. You didn't hear me. They get free yoga.
That's not payment.
That's
what
payment.
If they need to feed their children?
Well, they should get another job.
Do you know where I think you can?
Job?
Do you know what I think you can shove your yoga?
Where?
I think you can shove your yoga classes where the sun doesn't shine. I think you can shove your yoga classes where the sun does not shine, Jason.
What do you mean down in the basement with the indigenous people of the forests?
That's not exactly what I meant by that.
I don't think that would work. That's where those people live.
That's because you destroyed their homes and forced them over.
I didn't. We didn't force anyone.
Thank you so much, Jason. Well, this has been another great conversation.
Patrick, get me an espresso. Sorry, Andy.
You're getting your coffee master to get you an espresso. Is that correct, Rob?
Yeah, that's right. Can I just say, I've sent my demo over the other day, my new single. I've not heard it.
I saw that come in. Thank you very much. It was immediately thrown in the bin, and the bin was set on fire.
Do you not like innovative music?
I don't like you, and I don't like Jason. I don't like the Braincase Yoga Cave. I don't like your coffee business. I don't like your production company. I don't like your bar. I don't like anything about you. And you know, you're what's wrong with this country.
Chat next week.
We'll be getting you back on as you're now one of Emblem Digital's sponsors, unfortunately. So we have a duty of responsibility to speak to our sponsors. So sadly, we'll be catching up with you next week.